is KESHA from itsyoursuccessnow.com. So it has been almost probably 3 or 4 weeks since I've uploaded a YouTube video. So this one is just going to be something really short and quick. And this is just kind of to get back on track with what I'm doing, what's going on in my life. And just to say, you know, hello and see how everyone else is going and how everyone is doing. First, let me say I hope everyone had an awesome holiday season. I celebrated my birthday. I'm 24. Whoop, whoop. And I also celebrated Christmas with my family and then New Year's. So I hope everyone else had a great holiday. Happy New Year. I don't know how long you can actually say Happy New Year into the New Year. I think like you can say it until like the 14th day of January. I don't know, but either way, Happy New Year. We're pretty early still into it. We're still pretty early into it. And you know, this video is just going to be kind of a catch up with me. Over the last few weeks, a lot of things have happened to me personally that kind of caused me to get off track with what I was doing. I'm a very honest person, very real person, and because of that, I like to be as transparent as possible with the people that I come in contact with or the people that I work with, because you know, I'm no one famous. I'm no one, you know, not this big person who's making millions of dollars or anything like that. I'm a real person, okay? I'm 24 years old. I'm an engineering student at my local college. I go to Virginia Western. I'm studying in architecture and civil engineering. And I'm just a girl who's trying to be better, you know, who's trying to be better in life. And so I try to be very transparent with people to let them know that, you know, there's nothing different. If I can do this, you can too. And so I had a lot of different things that went on in my own personal life. Was put into a situation where I had to quit my job and really kind of just step out on faith and do a lot of different things. But I'm okay, you know, God's going to take care of everything. He's going to open up a door and make a way, because that's what he does. Started kind of slacking off a little bit on personal development, and that is when I really kind of noticed that, whoa, hold up, pump the brakes. This is not you, KESHA. This is not who you are. In my previous videos, you guys know how important I say personal development is, and it is so important to constantly be speaking positivity in your life, because if not, you can get so far off track, there's no way of you coming back. And I didn't want that to happen, so that's exactly what I did. I really kind of had gotten out of touch with different things and different people. I was cooped up in my house. I didn't leave my house, I think, for, I would say probably about a week and a half. No one saw me. No one heard anything from me. My mom called me and was like, "Where are you at?" I was like, "At home, in the bed, following my own self-pity." Oh my God. But anyway, I got over that. And, you know, I make this video to give some inspiration to those who think that you can't get over what you're going through. I am a living testament that you can. Not just in this part of my life, but in previous things that have happened in my own life. You can get over it. You can get past it. And the way I did that was just by reaching out. A lot of people have a problem with reaching out to others. They don't like asking for help. They don't like admitting fault or admitting that they're having a problem. They just like to sit in their own self-pity and say, "I can't do nothing about it," and that's it, whatever. No, I didn't do that, okay? Once I noticed that I was starting to drift away, I started to reach out. And I want to give a shout out to Raven Michelle, because one of her posts came by in my news feed about a week ago. Yeah, about a week ago. And I read her story and I said, "Oh my goodness, this girl is just like me in so many different ways. She wants to do something different. She wants to help other people, and she is doing it." And I, you know, immediately started reaching out to her, and she put me in touch with a website by another amazing woman. Her name is Danny Johnson. I don't know if any of you all have ever heard of her, but Danny Johnson's story is amazing. She is a true testimony and a true example of a I guess you would say, quote unquote, rags to riches story. Okay, and when you read her story, if there is anyone, if there is anyone possible who can do something, who says that they can't do it, you need to read her story. You need to read where she came from, what she conquered, and how she conquered it, because that right there was just inspiration enough for me to get off my tail and do something about my own situation, and I did. So because of personal development and because of getting in touch with Danny Johnson and the website DannyJohnson.com, I was able to really be lifted by a group of people and a community of people who want to see you succeed. And I was just surprised at that, because some people think that there aren't good people out here, but there are. Okay, so what I did first was I went to our website, DannyJohnson.com, and I just started plugging in. I just started plugging in. I started listening to the free trainings and everything. But the most important thing that I did was I realized where I was slacking off at. And for me, it was spiritually. I'm a Christian. So for my other fellow Christians and people who, believe in a higher power, you have to understand that if you don't have your life lined up with God first, everything else is not going to flow right. Some people say, oh, that doesn't make sense. But think about it. And it's not just about Christianity. If you notice that any people who is successful, anybody, Danny Johnson, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Jeff Olson, anyone successful knows their priorities in life, and they understand that you have to have some type of belief system. You have to have some type of belief system in a higher power or something. Maybe for people who don't have religion, I can't speak for them, because I have yet to come in contact with anyone who is successful and they don't have a belief in a higher power, whether it's God or Buddha or anybody. I have yet to come in contact with anyone like that. But for me, it was spiritually. And so what happened? Sorry, y'all. What happened to me was I listened to a broadcast last week called Spiritual Equipping, and it was just amazing. It was about how you cannot go into 2013 with a 2012 mindset. Okay? Very simple. You can't bring the old into the new. You can't do new things with an old mindset. And I said, that makes complete sense. It just made sense to me. And I just think about how I would have never known that or gotten that revelation if I hadn't come across Dan Johnson. I wouldn't have come across Dan Johnson if I hadn't come across Raven Michelle's new profile on my Facebook, and if I had not been in the position that I was in. Okay? It's funny how things just it's a trickle-down effect. But I say all this just to say, you guys can get back to where you are. You can get back to where you want to go. You can bounce back from wherever you've been, wherever you're, whatever has come against you. You can do it. You can bounce back from it, because I am.
Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away and be hopeful, hopeful, and He'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, 'cause we hope.